folks, Creepy Kentuckian back with you again from DEADPIT.com. This is an interesting one we're taking a look at today. Interesting. Because the original film from 1981, which we have reviewed numerous times on the show, numerous editions, a couple of different DVDs, and the Blu-ray, which came out about 10 years ago. Dark Night of the Scarecrow, which was a TV film from the early 80s. Charles Durning starred, Larry Drake, almost kind of a legendary story, and kick-started the killer Scarecrow subgenre of horror films. So still to this day, this is a beloved film that a lot of people go back and watch and rewatch and enjoy, and it's great. There's no problem with it at all. It has some connections to Kentucky. J.D. Fogelson, the writer of the film, is from Kentucky. He's a good fella. We've met him numerous times at shows over the years. If you want to go back and watch our review of Dark Night of the Scarecrow, give you a quick little rundown of this movie. Larry Drake plays the character Bubba, who is kind of a mentally handicapped fella who the town folk blame on this young girl being mauled or attacked or whatever it is, and they blame him. He is the one that's out, he is on the run and hiding about and all that, and is tracked down and murdered by a group of town folk. And now the spirit of Bubba is back for revenge. So the Dark Night of the Scarecrow rises. And for the time, 1981, it was a TV film. TV movies were a big thing back then. It's very different than today, all the stuff there is to watch and all that. So this kind of struck a chord with people for many years. And, it was a big deal when this came out on Blu-ray and DVD and all that. So a lot of people were excited. And then out of nowhere, just this past week, actually on the 10th of May, we got Dark Night of the Scarecrow 2. And this one seemingly came out of complete obscurity. The long-awaited sequel, 40 years after the original film, over 40 years. VCI Entertainment brought this out, coming out on May the 10th officially. And this is one that was released at Horrorhound Weekend Film Festival last year and was part of their line of movies. In this one, the writer of the original film, J.D. Fogelson, is writer and director and producer on the long-awaited sequel. And I hadn't heard a thing about it. VCI sent me an early copy of this to check out so we can do a review for you guys here on DEADPIT. Let's take a look. Dark Night of the Scarecrow 2 takes place in the same town as the original movie. Single mother Chris and her young son Jeremy move to the town. They're out for a new beginning, starting over. You don't really know that much of their backstory early on, and that leads up to kind of a little bit of a twist ending towards the end of the movie. The nanny of Jeremy, who is quickly named out of nowhere Aunt Hildy, she has a bizarre effect on Jeremy. He's changed his ways a little bit. His personality has changed a little bit. Okay, so the mother is concerned about that. The Aunt Hildy, the nanny, I don't know. That's there's a lot of things confusing about this movie, but we'll get to that. But at the same time, there is some random murders happening around the town. There is a ne'er-do-well by the name of Shrevey Nixon, boys. Shrevey Nixon, who is blamed for some of the murders in the town. He is on the run. In that aspect, it's a little bit like the original movie. The Scarecrow in this, it looks exactly like the Scarecrow in the original film, except he has like glowing eyes, which look really, really bad. The CGI effects in this are really awful. But anyway, like the Scarecrow randomly shows up, and it's kind of a slasher movie, but without any gore sequences or anything like that gratuitous. Very, I would say PG rated. The death scenes are really, really quick cuts. The Scarecrow in this is more or less supernatural, something, it says on the front it's a supernatural thriller. It's definitely supernatural. I don't know how much of a thriller. It wasn't too thrilling. I want to try my best to not be completely, negative about this. But this movie, man, and not to say the cover is even that great at all. But some people, if they have this, I don't know if many stores are going to be carrying this, but a lot of people are just going to randomly grab this that are fans of the first movie and be severely let down by it. More deaths start happening around the town. Questions arise about the deaths from years earlier, which was the first movie. And you kind of go from there. It's an 85-minute movie. It's one of the longest 85-minute movies I've seen in recent memory. And it has a little bit of a twist ending towards the end. There's something that comes out about the Hildy character. So that is Dark Night of the Scarecrow without giving anything. It's nothing that's mind-blowing plot-wise. It's going to blow your skirt in the air or whatever. So this is a prime example of just a cash-in on a name. I know J.D. Fogelson has involvement, and he loves the original, being a part of the original movie. He's very proud of the original movie, as he should be. The original movie is an all-time, I would say it's an all-time classic, right? But this one, I don't know how many people were asking for a sequel to Dark Night of the Scarecrow, but those that were, watch it. Tell me what you think, guys, in the comments below if you've seen it. This is a fan film, basically. That's what it looks like. It looks like it was shot on a very, very low budget. The cinematography on this is not really that bad. It's just that the equipment used, I don't know what they used on it. It looks extremely digital. The music in it is a total ripoff of Friday the 13th. The slower Friday the 13th theme from the second and third movie, I think. The acting on this is just it's like theater actors, is what it seemed like to me. This movie is extremely boring. There's not a whole lot to it. The look of the Scarecrow is cool, but it's the exact same, there's really nothing other than those glowing eyes that were added. Now, VCI Entertainment has this out. This is really, really, really bad. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But if you did like it, let me know what you enjoyed about it. This is an extremely low-budget film. I think it was shot in Kentucky. Not really sure exactly where in Kentucky. Little to no info is online about this movie at all, which is never a good sign either. But I was intrigued to check Dark Night of the Scarecrow 2 out. J.D. Fogelson, I consider him a friend of the show. But I have to be completely honest. This is just my opinion. I do not want to recommend a movie like this. It's a cash-in on the name. It's a no-budget movie. It is not very good. So it is out now. VCI Entertainment, coming out May the 10th, 2022. No extras on this. I think there's a couple of trailers and all that. Very bare bones release. One disc. Some of the sell points on this, and I'll read it because, I want to be fair. Dark Night of the Scarecrow 2 is a long-awaited sequel to J.D. Fogelson's pitchfork perfect Dark Night of the Scarecrow, which started the whole Scarecrow horror genre. And that is true. That's totally legit. Has spawned a huge fan base that have eagerly awaited the sequel. Again, if there's anybody out there that was eagerly awaiting this, let me know. Or were you fine with just keeping this one in your collection and watching it, when you have killer Scarecrow cravings, if you will. It includes a professional cast, excellent story, beautiful cinematography. I'll give them credit. The cinematography on it doesn't look too bad. It's actually pretty good. It's a shame that they They didn't use anything other than an iPhone or whatever the hell they were using to record it. Realistic special effects? No. CGI special effects. Very fake looking CGI special effects. Horrorhound Magazine and Nathan at Horrorhound, I'm not sure who quoted this, but it's they quoted a perfect sequel to the made-for-TV cult classic. I'm actually going to send Nathan a message, and I'm like, who said that? Come on now. J.D. Fogelson's Dark Night of the Scarecrow 2 is out now. Check it out. VCI Entertainment, MVD Visual brought this thing out on Blu-ray and DVD. Check it out and check us out over at DEADPIT.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
For this video officially, it's Old Curly Jaws has a message for you. Go on over to shop.deadpit.com and go look at their Teen Public store right now. You got some new shirts like the Old Curly Jaws official t-shirt, which is brutal and badass. You got the Yummy Gummy shirt with the captain himself on the shirt. You got Uncle Bill's face on a fucking shirt. You got the Final Girl shirt. You got all these shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Get them before they're all out, especially the new one, Bedtime 1039. It doesn't get better than that, so go on out. Check out these shirts at shop.deadpit.com. Go look at their Teen Public store. You're going to have a good old time. Get them all.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.